are you? I am Francis sir, and today we are to study class 6 chemistry lesson number 4 part 2. So in the previous videos we did see about what are the different type of substances and what were some of the basic characteristics of materials. Today we will see some of the important properties of materials. You know, the properties which can be observed in most of the materials. Okay, we will be seeing those. So the first one is the physical state of materials. Any material can be either in a state of solid state or liquid state or a gaseous state. For instance, I got this pen, and you can see that it has a fixed shape. So solids, the substances which are solid, they have what? Fixed shape. They also have fixed size, and they have fixed volume. So in solids, we have fixed shape, size and volume. Okay, so now we will go to the next part, that is the liquid. The substances which are in liquid state. Liquids do not have any fixed shape. Okay, they don't have fixed shape. They take the shape of container. For instance, if you take water, you keep it in a glass, it will take the shape of a glass. If you keep that water in a pot, it will take the shape of a pot. If you keep water in a piece of bucket, what you get? You will see that it takes the shape of a bucket. So these liquids, they take the shape of container, and they also don't have any size. There's no size. Yes, they do have a particular volume. Volume is constant for liquids, but they don't have any fixed shape. Okay, and then it comes for your gaseous. The substances which are in gaseous state, they don't have a particular shape or a particular volume, because we can't collect it. For example, we have this air around us. Okay, so we can't collect air properly. It is very difficult to catch air. We can't hold it, so it does not have a particular volume, but it can take the shape of a container in some cases if we try to fill it in a particular type of container. Okay, and if that container, if we somehow put the gas in that container, it also will have a particular volume also inside it. But if you let it free, we won't have its volume, neither we will have its shape. Okay, so that is about the three states of substance. Okay, so they generally are found in solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. This is how we find these substances. Okay, now we will go for how these materials appear. Appear means how do we observe them? In what way do we observe them? We observe them. So first of all, we see a particular type of color in certain type of substances. For instances, we have gold. For example, we have gold. Gold. You have seen it is golden yellow. What? Golden yellow. It is golden yellow in color. Okay, so that is the color of gold. Or we have copper. Copper is reddish brown in color. So we have various substances, which have a particular type of characteristic color. Okay, so moving on to the next part, that is your hardness. Hardness is the next characteristic. Hardness is a very typical type of characteristic. What is hardness? Let's try to understand what is hardness. Hardness is the ability, what is it? It is the ability to prevent the force applied on it, it prevents the force, it tries to oppose the force which is being applied on it. The substances which resist more on applying the force, those substances are called what? Hard substances. Whereas the substances which cannot resist more, they are called your soft substances. So hardness is the ability of a substance, it is the ability of a substance to prevent the force exerted over it. Okay, so that is about hardness. For instance, we have this board, it is quite hard. Why it is hard? Because it resists the force which are applying on it, so it is a hard substance. Whereas if we have this handkerchief, this is our handkerchief, and I apply a force over it, it can't withstand the force, it can't resist the force, so that means it is soft in nature, okay. That is about hardness. Okay, now we move on to luster. Okay, so what is luster? It is the shining property. What property? Shining property. Okay, shining property of substances. There are some substances which are very, very shiny. For example, we have gold, we have silver, we have platinum. These all are very, very shiny metals, and therefore they are used in jewelry. Whereas there are some other metals also. For example, we have zinc, aluminum, or we have mercury. These all are not so much shiny. They do shine, but they don't have so much shine. Okay, so that is about how a material or a substance reflects light when the light falls over it. So some substances are shiny and some substances are not so shiny. The substances which are shiny, they are quite attractive, whereas the substances which are not so shiny, they are not so attractive. They appear dull. Okay, so this is also one of the important characteristics of some of the substances. Now comes your texture. Texture means, when we touch a substance, we feel a sense of softness or hardness. Softness or roughness. Either a substance will be soft or it will be rough. Either a substance will be soft or it will be rough. Okay, so this roughness or softness of a substance, it tells us about what that a substance has, what type of texture. Okay, so these are some of the important properties of material. Now we come to the third portion, that is solubility in water. So what do you understand by solubility? So you might have seen this very obvious thing. You take a pinch of salt, and what you do, put it in a glass of water, and after some time you will see that it has disappeared. So where does the salt go? This characteristics of some materials to disappear in water, this is called your solubility. This process is called solubility. Okay, so some substances get dissolved. Dissolved in water. Some substances gets dissolved in water. What is being dissolved? That means getting disappeared in water when the substance is added to it. So this is called your dissolved in water. And this characteristic, when a substance hold, that means it is called solubility. So in what way we can define solubility? Solubility can be defined as the mass of substance. The mass of substance that can be dissolve in 100 gram of water. The mass of substance that can be dissolved in 100 gram of water, that mass of the substance will be called solubility. For instance, I give you one example. If we when we talk about sodium chloride, no, almost 20 gram of NaCl is soluble in 100 gram of water. 20 gram of NaCl is soluble in 100 gram of water. So this 20 gram of NaCl, this is the solubility of NaCl in water. And when we talk of sugar, it is almost, more than 100 gram. It can be dissolved more than 100 gram. More than 100 gram of sugar can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. So we can see that the solubility of sugar is more than that of NaCl, means salt. Okay, so what is solubility? Solubility is the amount of mass, of a substance that is dissolved in how much? 100 gram of water. Okay, so we also understand there are some substances which have more solubility and there are some substances which have less solubility, and there are some substances which have so much less solubility that they are not able to dissolve in water. So such type of substances are called insoluble substances. Okay, so I hope we have studied quite a lot today. So I want you to please go through the book and revise this topic. So see you in the next video. Good day.